So who are you to yourself, right? Um, I think humor intention. I think that should be one of the first things you really ask yourself. Like the questions, the major question that you should ask yourself is who are you to yourself? When you are refraining from a lot of these negative, when you fasting, in a sense, because that's kind of what semen retention is. You fasting sexually, and if you want to go deeper, just fast from all type of your negative habits, like your negative distractions. Just fast from them and just turn them off. Like mine right now is YouTube. Even though I record videos for YouTube, I got to delete YouTube off all my phones because I would just sit there and just indulge all day, and I wouldn't get anything done. I have harder time to get through my meditation practices and things like that because I'm sitting there trying to entertain myself. And but one of the more important questions that I had to ask myself was, who am I to myself? Right? I'm getting closer to the divine, and I'm getting closer to, you know, my thoughts and my heart and my spirit and my soul. And I'm like, damn, like who am I? And I'm like, and not who am I to other people, but who am I to myself? And it's the question I'm still answering for myself. I'm like, because even in my mind, like, I want to be this superhero, but I got to be this superhero to myself first. And you will come across this when you learn to heal yourself. You're like, who am I to myself? And you got to realize that you got to be everything for yourself before you can be anything to anybody else. I had to learn that, you know, I had to reparent myself. I had to re-love myself. I had to re-discipline myself because of the lack of structure I may have experienced growing up. I had to learn that I got to be my greatest supporter, even if I don't think my stuff is the greatest stuff. Like, even like my YouTube videos. Sometimes I watch my videos and I'll be sitting there like, damn, like I'm really spitting. And then other times I'm like, damn, this nigga really just talking. And I'm like, and this nigga, and, I would just be like, I have to be critical of myself at times, but also I know how to cut myself some slack, and I have to be everything that the people around me couldn't be to me. I have to be my own superhero in the sense of saving myself and saving my inner child, and making sure that they didn't feel neglected, feel like they didn't make themselves feel like they weren't unloved and they weren't cared for or nurtured. And that's kind of like my whole attitude with life and the way that I even carry out my own purposes, that I want to make sure that myself and how I feel is taken care of at every aspect and every sense of the word. And that took me having to cut off a lot of people and get away from a lot of people and put up walls against people's thoughts, because the thing about me growing up, I always felt I had a responsibility to people and how they perceive me. And I had to just drop that responsibility to how they perceive me. I put the responsibility on myself now. And whether I allow myself to participate in other people's illusions. I have to participate in my own illusions because this is my life, and the universe has a certain place that it wants me to go. So I participate in my delusions. Of course, I don't always go to the extreme with it, but to a certain extent, I have to allow myself to, because that's the only way this new life of mine is going to come into fruition. But I had to understand who was I to myself. I had to realize I was this great person. I had to realize that I wasn't my flaws that happened to me growing up. I wasn't this bad action that I did unhealed. I had to realize that these type of things didn't define me. And I had to realize that these bad things didn't make me either. These bad things only showed me who I could be when the situation occurred. And I had to realize I had to grow beyond these type of things. Well, not even I. Kevin had to grow beyond it, speaking more of a spiritual sense. And when that started to happen and I started to get a deeper relationship with myself, my intuition started to get louder. I had a more clear sense of a conscience, and I wasn't just doing things just to be doing things. And with that, it made my life more happy. It made my life more, I became more grateful for my life. Became more clear in my own intent and knowing what I'm supposed to be doing, and not so absorbed with how other people thought about me. And I think that's one of the hardest things to do. But semen retention will help you with that, because it's almost like closing, what they call it, closing the five gates. And it's kind of like your eyes, your nose, your mouth, your ears. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a meditation where basically you close off all your senses of, like, except, receiving things, and then like it's just you, it's just the void, and it's almost like the idea, like how they say you must stop being a consumer and become a creator. It's in that sense. I had to stop consuming everybody's bullshit, and I had to start creating my own narrative that I'm I'm a narrative that I'm powerful, the narrative that I am the ultimate, that I'm amazing, that I'm real, that I'm creative, that I'm worthy of love. All these type of beliefs that I had to start creating this narrative in my own mind because the outside world is trying to make me feel that I'm not. And even though everybody inherently is, the world will always try to make you feel that you're not, with just consumerism. And it's not an easy process. It's just gonna be a lot of headlines you gotta go through to even get to the point where I'm at. And the thing about me, I'm not nowhere crazy. Like I said, I still got a far way to go, but it's just you need somewhere to start off at. And I think that's a good question to ask yourself, like, who are you to yourself? Like, because we got the thing about life is that in your own mind and through your own through your ego and through your own eyeballs is that you the main character of your own story. But in anybody else's story, you could be a villain. You could be you could be the canon event in somebody else's life. You could be the villain. You could be the a supporting side character. And you got to understand that none of those things matter to you in your own type of world and your own type of experience. You got to realize that, my bad, I just missed it. That ego is like like somebody's personality and ego colors their reality. And you can't be everything to everybody, but you can be everything to yourself. So, yeah, if y'all like the video, like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see y'all later. Thank you.